Hey guys, welcome back to Otaku Puppy, Davius. I'm finally back with another review for you guys. Hope everybody's been doing well. Hope everyone had a great 4th of July, I think, last few weeks ago. Anybody been doing anything on any cons or anything? Hope everybody's been doing great. I hadn't been doing a lot, just kind of school and work. Hadn't had time to really get back to the channel like I wanted to. I recently got a review up for Black Butler Book of the Atlantic on the blog. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things of getting things uploaded on a regular basis. But I hope everybody's feeling pretty great. Um, the review I have today for you guys is a review I've been trying to do for a few weeks now. It's a show I just finished up recently, and that show is Air Gear. Air Gear was one of those shows that I've heard of. I've seen on fan subsites before. Kind of knew a little bit about it. I knew it was skating anime. I started it, probably 3 or 4 years ago. I started it, watched maybe one, maybe two episodes, never went back to it anymore. And so now that I'm doing a podcast, I try to watch animes that maybe I haven't seen or hadn't finished watching to get reviews for you guys. So, Air Gear was next on that list. I watched Air Gear, and wow, blown away. Air Gear is Air Gear is one of those animes that shouldn't be as good as it is. The plot, because the more I watch, it's 24 episodes, maybe 25. I can't remember 24, 25 episodes, but it just shouldn't be as good as it honestly is. For as much story as Air Gear has, it also has plot holes that they do not necessarily feel. I have heard there's an OVA. I have it on my list also. I think it fills in some plot holes, but there's gaps in Air Gear that, because of the way the show is structured and the way it is, you tend to just kind of ignore them and be like, this is there, but we're doing this right now, and this looks really, really cool and really awesome. So you kind of give it a pass. You'll see me look down at my phone, because I have everything, notes and stuff put up here, character-wise and everything. The main character of Air Gear is Isuki. Isuki is the main character. He lives with these three girls who are sort of like his sister. There's Ringu. Ringu's the main one you see, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Ringu's the main. She's the main girl you see throughout the whole anime. The other three are there, and they're all part of the same skate crew, aka Sleeping Forest. Sleeping Forest is essentially like they're like your soul reapers. They're like this mystical group of AT riders, AVAT. I think it's AT. Sorry about that, guys. I think it's AT though. AT or AV riders, which are what they call the skates. They're like this mystical group that have this legend behind them. They're cutthroat and they're fearless, and they just take out all competition. It's like they are. Sleeping Force is the SHIT. Like they're just that. They are that group. Everyone wants to take out. They are that group. And Ringu and all of her sisters are all a part of Sleeping Force. In fact, Ringu is like one of the, if not founding members of Sleeping Force, she's like one of the top people in Sleeping Force. You don't really find it out until later on in the show. They kind of hint at it at times, but later on you really find out what's really going on and all this kind of other stuff. But yeah, so you have Isuki, who's the main guy. He wants to ride ATs. He wants to ride. Everybody rides him. It's just what people do in their town. Everybody rides. So he wants to kind of get into the art of riding. For him, it's just kind of having fun. He doesn't understand the seriousness that comes with riding these skates. It's a very serious, very, very serious thing. It's cutthroat. It's almost like underground Fight Club. It's that deep, and it goes way beyond what anybody knows. They're not just riding skates. They're not just teams. This is a whole. I thought I heard something. Sorry, guys. there's a whole culture and a whole atmosphere. And as we progress through the show, we get more characters, you get more backstory. Um, one split second. The thing about Agir is Agir has his backstory of these roads that descend into the air, and how these skates can take you far beyond what you think you can go. And there's people who ride skates who they do stuff like Ringu, not Ringu, no, not Ringu. Let me check the character list here because it's not Ringu. Um, well, okay, there's Spitfire. He's got Spitfire. He's British. In the dub, he's British. Amazing, and he has fire that comes out of his skates, and he can make winds of fire and make like legit fire, and it's just like oh okay, that's a thing. Um, there's Simika. Simika is she's the one, like, she's not the villain of the show, but she's also not a um, for lack of a better term, I'm using a wrestling term here, a babyface. She's not a good person. She's kind of there to use Itsuki as her pawn. She she knows he has a crush on her, but she kind of pretends to have a crush on him to kind of get her to do her bidding, so to say. And she's sort of the typical. She's what you would get if you had a mean girl. This in high school terms, a mean girl who was a jock. Like, she's mean and she's petty, but at the same time, you can't deny her athletic ability. She's athletic and she can ride AT just as good as anybody else can, guy or female. She's just that good. But she's also manipulative and deceiving and all of that stuff. And so that's kind of what Seneca. That's kind of her character. She is very attractive. I will say that much. Yes, she's smoking. Um, but she's also really really good, and she kind of plays the mix a lot because Ringu and them do not like her. They don't trust her. They know what her motives are, and they try to warn Itsuki, but he just kind of doesn't listen at certain times. Um, there's there's Isha, or Miyatoka. Oh, sorry, I just watched that. Let's go with Isha. Isha is he's the heavyset black guy in Air Gear. There's no other way to describe him. He's a fat black guy, and I love him. I love him. I'm planning on cosplaying him because he is. Throughout the show, we get a more softer side to him, a more humanized side. Because in the beginning of the show, when we first meet him, Itsuki delivers Chinese food for the delivery company. He delivers food to them. I think they call him Buddha as a nickname. He delivers food to him, and he's just kind of your noble fat guy, you know. Oh yeah, thank you for delivering. He eats a lot because he's fat. Thank you for delivering the food and whatever. He's just kind of your noble guy. Itsuki leaves, closes the door, and he switches gears like that. And he's just like bully, and he's almost psychotic in his approach to ATs, and you realize how he's really a bully. He's sort of like a gang leader in ATs. He's cutthroat, and you kind of realize that, and it becomes a push and pull between him and Itsuki in the first couple episodes, and it's really good. Later on, you kind of get a softer side of his. He joins up with Itsuki. They join crews, and you kind of get a more lovable side to go along with his bully side, which I love. Um, and Itsuki, like I said, he has multiple friends. Ishii. All right, guys. You will probably be able to tell once you watch this. This is a part 2 of this video because apparently my storage ran out for a moment there, so I'm back again with part 2. At the end of the first part, I was discussing Itsuki's friends and all of that. Like, so Onigiri was his other friend, another kind of chubby guy. He's kind of girl crazy. He's honestly not a great skater at first, but later on, you kind of see him progress a little bit more. In a couple episodes, he does this thing where he skates on one skate. Like he puts the skate on his he's bald headed. He puts the skate on his head and he's skating on one skate. It's amazing. They never really describe how he does it or why he even does it, but it just looks really cool. And yeah, and so it's just awesome. I love it. There's also his friend Kazuma. Kazuma is he's kind of in a way like Iski's not conscious, but in he what balances him out. Ichiki's he's more full force. He has no fear. He just goes for it. He just does it. Whereas Ichiki, not Ichiki. Whereas Kazuma is more. He thinks it out. He he gets a little worried, wondering if they can beat certain teams or not. He's a little more cautious, and so he kind of helps balance the team out a little bit more. Well, another thing about Air Gear is this: Air Gear is one more thing before I go to that part of it. The best friend he has at this whole show, in my personal opinion, is Agito. Agito, Agito, Agito. Agito is amazing. Agito is this guy who he's around, and again they're all around like 16 years old. He's about 16, and he has an eye patch. When he moves the eye patch to the left side, the right side, he's just like badass, no prisoners, like AT killer, and I mean that legit. He's deadly. He has this like straight jacket with these like long like things hanging from it, and he's deadly. He's deadly with the way he rides, and he just has no he has no like feeling inside. He's just cold, and it's beautiful. But then he switches back to the left side. He's just sweet, innocent young boy who's just being bullied by his brother, who is a policeman, kind of. Like, he's a policeman slash, like, AT police, but he also kept Agito in a cage, so that's the thing. It's a bit weird, their relationship. But yes, Agito has split personalities, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. He is one of the best characters out of the whole show because he just doesn't care. His whole goal is to win. He sort of likes the group with Ikito and them. He's kind of friends with them, but at the same time, he has his own motives, and he doesn't mind mixing the two. And it's just wonderful. He's great, and he likes to cuss a lot. That's nothing about this show that I was going to say. Air Gear, I was surprised at how what's the word I'm looking for? How like explicit that it is. It's very explicit. There's a lot of cussing. Um, there's of course the fan service with the boobs and the butts and all that kind of stuff. But there's also parts where like there's a scene where Itsuki is literally taking a dump naked. Like they're sitting there watching a battle, and we flash to him just naked taking a dump, and it's just like okay, like there's just stuff that just shouldn't be shouldn't be in there, and it gets very explicit at times, and it helps the show kind of they don't hold anything back. It's very gritty, despite how colorful the show is. It's very gritty, and I love that about it. Um, yes, toward the middle of the series, Itsuki gets the name Crow because he flies like a crow on his own road. They explain some about the different roles and the different positions of the groups, the different levels, and there's kings of each group. Kings, you go from I think it goes from like level like E or C on up to A. A being the very top level of AT riders. But the one thing I will say is this: while they do talk about the kings and the different roads and that kind of thing, there's no real explanation behind why these skates are able to do what they do, because they're not just ordinary skates. These skates shoot fire. There's one guy that can control time, and I mean he can make time stop, and that's just part of his skill with his skates. There's one of Itsuki's sisters. She's like an OG AT rider. She goes way back, and she can like there's these like thorns on her road, like when she skates, and the way she skates, and there is like thorns, and they cut you up, and they like rose thorns. They slice you up, and it's very strange. There's this guy in a wheelchair. He's one of the founders of Sleeping Forest. He's in a wheelchair, and he skates in his wheelchair. Like his wheelchair is his skate. He can go up walls, and he has like flash type speed where he can just and he's back and forth, and it's just they never explain how you get these skills, or why you have these skills, or why these skates give you these skills. Now, I wish they would have told that part of the story, because it's very interesting as to because it's more like the person makes the skates, not that the skates make the person. But why are these skates magical? Why are they um why are they infused with this power? I would love to know that part of the story. Um, Toward the end, um, like I said, there is an OVA that goes with this. Toward the end, the story kind of falls not off the rails, but it kind of levels out some. We're getting toward the big battle with Itsuki, and Itsuki takes over the whole entire company of AT crews, and they're going to take out this really big foundation. And so toward the end of the anime, we kind of get they're progressing toward that, but then it stops. It just ends with him doing this big finish at the end, jumping over all his friends, and there's like um, it's just like it's a skate challenge slash like like battle of wits, battle of wits kind of thing. Where you have to jump over your friends. It's like 33 meters long. You have to jump over each person. If you make it, then you are officially recognized as being a leader. If you don't make it, you more than likely land on one of your friends. You risk injuring them, if not killing them. So that's kind of what it is, and that's kind of how the show ends right there. For me, Air Gear, it's a must see. It's a really, really, really good anime. It's fun to watch. The skating gets serious, very serious at times. Um, each character has their own personality, and it's just a really fun show to watch. There's honestly not much filler. For it to be 24 episodes, there's not much filler. The ending is sort of filler, kinda, but there's not a lot of filler. I don't remember there being a beach. No, there may be a hot springs episode though. There's no beach episode, but I think there is a hot springs episode where they go to a hot springs. But other than that, it's just a really fun show. Like I say, it can be a little excuse me, a little graphic or explicit, but I enjoyed it. I think it's one of those shows that you kind of fall in love with, and yeah, I recommend it. I think I gave it a 8 or 9 out of 10 on my anime list. I definitely highly recommend it. I don't know if it's on any of the streaming sites. Check. You may want to check either Tubi TV, Viewster, or Crackle. One of those three may have it. I don't know if anybody else has it. I haven't checked. I watch it on the Fansub site, but one of those three sites may actually have it. So I definitely would say watch it. I think you'll really, really enjoy it, and you'll enjoy Akito if nothing else. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to me ramble for I'm not sure how long. That was my review of Air Gear. I want to say it came out mid 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, it's an OVA and there's a manga. But yeah, I recommend it for sure. So again, thank you guys for listening. If you've seen Air Gear, let me know what you think below in the comments. If you love it, if you hate it, or you're kind of indifferent on it. And don't forget to leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It all depends on how you're feeling that day. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the blog, otakupuppy.blogspot.com. Yeah, and just all links will be below. Thanks for giving us a watch. And as always, maho, out.